the One Percenters versus Brown hides the question mark. Joining me is Ben again. Say hello, Ben.
Good evening, everybody.
So, Adam's got a lot to live up to.
Yeah, he's in, when you enter a new league, I sort of liken it to being a little bit like getting into prison for the first time. Just keep your head down, don't offend anybody, just do your best, take your knocks. And what he's done is, by some divine intervention, he's accidentally walked into the yard and shanked the biggest dude in there. So he's now lost all of his potential baby face. Oh, well, he's adorable. Let's just leave him alone. No, he's fair game now. So he's got, he has got a big old reputation to live up to.
Oh, expecting him to win. So, yeah, well, he still only has the two leveled up players, but he's some of the way to getting some more skills on some of the other players. So we've got dodge on a blitzer, which is probably reasonable, and dodge, sidestep, and nerves of steel. So he's obviously going for some kind of passing game, maybe.
Yeah, potentially. I think if I remember back to sort of when he was walking me through his some of his choices, I think he seemed to just aim to develop some sort of unstoppable ball carrier, but I think there are probably other skills you could have taken there. I mean, particularly
Yeah,
nerves of steel is a bit of an odd one if you're not planning on passing, but
that's right.
maybe that's a plan for further down the line when he gets some more SPP.
Yeah, I mean, you need to pair it up with another player. But so yeah, there's probably not a whole lot to say on that on his team. 'Cause it's only like two level ups. Well, one player with a ton of level ups and one with one. Brown hides. There we go. So yeah, this team has a lot. So Callum builds passing games into everything, but fortunately for him, Wood Elves are built for it. So he hasn't sacked this injured war dancer yet.
Yeah, I can see it, to be honest. I mean, it's if it was maybe on a team where you were sort of agility restricted, like maybe vampires or something, I could see him doing it. But agility is not. It's not something he's short of.
Well,
So,
it makes leaping harder.
yep, yeah. I suppose that's true. I mean, it might just be an oversight, but I don't think Callum's the kind of coach that's going to have forgotten to fire him. So we can only assume he has some sort of grand plan.
Yeah, stick him on the line till he dies. Uh, I'd
Yeah,
sack
that
him.
sounds about right.
I would sack him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got his. So it would reduce his TV, and there's a possibility he'll get the 40k after this game to replace him. War dancers need to have agility 4 because of the leaping potential, and if it was a lineman. Oh look, he's got let's actually go through his team. Hey, so he's got a thrower. He's got accurate dodge and strong arm, so he's obviously going to use that one for long passing plays. Movement 9 catcher is trying to turn him into a gutter runner, which makes sense with
Yep.
block and sure feet. There we go. Yeah. Another catcher will just block. So Callum's really annoying war dancers with sidestep, shadowing, and tackle. He always says, "Well, this is not the optimal build," and he's probably right, but it's a build that works for him. That's something that hopefully Ben actually puts up. Not your Ben. Adam puts up the skills so that he can see, because that's going to be important. You get caught out. Like I forgot he had shadowing. Wrestle, yeah. Rog, basically wrestle and dodge. Block and dodge, there's nothing unusual there. Strength 4, agility 5 line. So that's a contender to get leap and wrestle and
Oh, absolutely.
tackle
That
and
that could be a real monster further down the line.
yeah, for jumping into cages and whacking ball carriers if he gets that far. And then just another one with dodge. So it's fairly standard Wood Elf team. I'll just check what time it is, because, yeah.
So I've received word from Callum that they're just coming out of the inducements phase now.
Right. I still have to catch up with uploading all of these games onto YouTube. I did one this morning. The blood. Yeah, it takes a while. It won't appear. I think there's a delay for it appearing for us as well.
So Callum's informed me that Adam has taken a wizard, 2 linemen at level 2 and level 1, and a Bloodwiser babe.
Oh, okay.
Now I know from having sort of discussions with him earlier in the week, this is something that Adam has really laboured over. He has really put some thought into the inducements he's going to take here. And to his credit as well, he has also scoped out some of Callum's old games with this team. So he has absolutely put the effort into trying to work out sort of what makes Callum tick here, how he plays. So again, on paper, this looks like this should be Callum's game to clean up fairly easily, but I I wouldn't put money on it.
No, if Adams put the work in. I mean, I don't know what star players the Bretonians have access to, because I've never played the Bretonians, because they just don't really appeal to me. That doesn't mean they're bad; they just don't appeal to me. But let's see if we can find.
So the level 2 lineman he's taken has Dirty Player,
Yeah,
and he's taken 1 spare level 1. So that immediately screams the fouling game to
that's
me. By the look of it, Adam is going to look to put as many people on the floor as possible, and then paint the field red with them.
yes, yeah. Surprised he didn't take a bribe with it as well.
It's a little surprising there. I think again, just from having sort of prior conversations, he's seen Callum be quite bashy with this team, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's where the spare Bloodwiser babe has come from. But I think the wizard is just an acknowledgement that Callum is going to either achieve or attempt to achieve some sort of elf BS passing play, and that the wizard is sort of Adam's ace in the hole for that one.
Yeah. So you can see the chat, can't you?
Oh yes, good point. Let's bring that up
I don't know.
so I can.
There's so many new players. Everybody uses a different name for Facebook, Blood Bowl, Discord, and Twitch, and it's like, well, I have no idea who this is, but I'm sure it's somebody.
Right.
No offense. Perfect defense.
Oh, perfect defense. That's not quite what Adam's going to wanted to see early on, but we'll see how Callum sets up in response to this. Yep, quite cleverly looks like he's just going to completely avoid the line of Bretonians and just focus on probably getting downhill unimpeded.
I'm not sure why you'd want to AFK killed Diablo 2. Act 2 was Mephisto. He's an awesome. Oh no, that might be Diablo. No, Diablo 2's end boss, Act 2, was also Mephisto. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about Blood Bowl, not Diablo 2. Oh, Juriel. Is that the annoying guy in the pit? Anyway, yeah, not going to sucker me into. I really like Diablo. You're not going to sucker me in that way.
Now this obviously being friends with Adam gives me a sort of this will be an interesting match to commentate for me, because obviously I'm sort of a little bit inside Adam's head. I know some of the decisions that have come into this match. The fact that he's set up not symmetrical, that's quite surprising, because I know he hates it. I know he absolutely despises coaches that don't set up symmetrically. So the fact that he's gone for it is quite shocking. But then, no doubt, Callum's perfect defense lineup has given him some sort of brain aneurysm as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did have a choice because if he wanted to hit Callum's players, because Callum sets up asymmetrically all the bloody time. But it should be an interesting. I mean, the pressure's on for Adam really, but if he can, this is a game he would want to win. Um,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a game. This is a game really that almost puts last week's game into more perspective.
yeah.
Was it a bit of a fluke last week, or is this someone that some of the more experienced coaches definitely need to keep an eye on? And I think it could be having watched last week's game back, could definitely be six of one and half a dozen of the other. I definitely think he got lucky on some of the kickoff events, a couple of the blitzes that he got. But at the same time, it was just a nice example of caging up and smacking down. But we'll see if we can do the same. We'll see if he can do the same thing here. Although I have a funny feeling he might struggle a little bit, but we shall have to see.
I mean, yeah, where it's you have to adjust with the Wood Elves is all the Edge 4. I mean, with Skaven, you only have to worry about 4 Edge 4, and they have strength 2 anyway. But with Wood Elves, where it's Edge 4 across the board, um, it means they can do crazier stuff. They can attempt crazier things.
That is true. Now, for those maybe tuning in who aren't intimately familiar with Adam's lineup, I'd like to draw attention to the fact that Adam has in fact picked up the ball with someone who is not Mark Zuckerberg. So this is some fascinating play from Adam here. He has chosen by come hell or high water to attempt to get SPP on someone else. So he's learning.
That's it. I'd be tempted to score on George Soros here with 3, but anyway, it doesn't matter as long as it's somebody different. You know, that's key, and it's something that comes with it. It's a balance between I don't want to throw a game to get SPP spread, but you need to have some SPP spread. Rather than front loading a player. We had one Nurgle team once that was a rotter that leveled up like 4 times before the rest of the team, and it was an accident. He just kept getting all the MVPs and everything. So if we kill that rotter, that's it. Your TV just sinks.
Yeah, I think that's almost the exact same situation that Adams found himself in. I think in the Neophyte League that this team came from, he Mark Zuckerberg rolled MVP 4 out of 6 games, I think,
Yeah.
which just as a lot of people pointed out, it has sort of bloated Adams' team a fair amount. But yeah, I mean it's. I think what he can do to spread the SPP around is going to very much depend on how the game pans out. I think if it's sort of it's a given that it's going to start go if it goes south, I think the occasional vanity pass maybe just to get some SPP on other players is sort of acceptable. But obviously he'll be looking for the SPP from pals and touchdowns. And Callum is applying the pressure early on here. This is just
This is
this
what
is
it's what asymmetrical defense can open up because
yeah.
he's set up over this side to hit the players, leaving this side. Obviously, the perfect defense has helped because then it allows you to just sort of blitz through and swing round a bit.
I mean, what I'm seeing him construct here is almost a perfectly beautiful elf screen behind Adam's front line,
Yeah.
which is just vile, absolutely disgusting. I hate it, but I love it at the same time.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean, and now it's going to force Adam. I mean, he can't stay there. He's a bit blocked in. He's going to have to do something to try and move that ball out because if he doesn't, the next turn he's going to lose the ball and Callum will go on to score. So
Yeah. I mean, from where Callum's remaining players are, it may be difficult to get someone behind that war dancer. So I think if Adam's going to try and exploit a hole, it might be there that he goes. Oh no, here come the GFIs. Okay, yeah, looks like he's happy with that one. But yeah, he's done pretty much exactly what he needed to do there, which was just plug the gap, get another body in the hole, make sure Adam didn't have an easy way out. And now, as early as turn two, Adam is facing a reasonably dire situation here. He's
It
been
is. Yeah.
pushed back pushed back far too early on. Now, obviously, the Bretonians are no wood elves, but I mean, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking possibly a pass play may be the only way he gets out of this one.
Yeah. And it's going to be. He can't really get up far. It's going to be a long pass at this point.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a long pot. I mean, potentially he can. I mean, he can potentially maybe blitz the War Dancer, try and shove him backwards, give him an extra space to get closer to one of his frontliners. But yeah, this setup absolutely favours Callum in how he's applied the pressure. This is by the look of it, if this goes wrong and the pass goes off and gets caught, this could turn on its head very quickly.
It can. Callum is an aggressive elf coach, and I think he's either banking on he's going to attempt to pass and it's going to fail. He could hand off to the guy. This Nerves of Steel could come into play. He could hand off to him, and then that would allow him to get a bit closer. I mean, yeah, if he gets rid of that War Dancer, he could potentially pass it through this square. But well, you don't really want to because that's an agility 5 intercept. So
Oh,
no.
now where on earth is he going here? Potentially, it could potentially be targeting Bill Gates, but that's oh, Adam. If this is an attempt to move the half of a cage you've got, this is not going to end well. Well, he's now given up the opportunity for the pass play, and I feel like that's going to haunt him.
Yeah.
This set of moves to borrow a line from Dota 2, questionable at the best, I think.
2, 3, 4. And he can move players down, but
I mean, yeah, by the looks of it, he's trying to get players in a position where he can almost screen off, but he's playing this game with an incredibly agile, incredibly speedy elf team, and that's never going to pan out well
yeah.
ever. This is
Right,
yeah.
right now, all Callum really has to do is get a player here, which he can. Get a player to mark this dude, which he can, and then just. Well, I don't even think the War Dancer needs to use a leap. It can just go in there. Okay, that'll make it a bit trickier. There we go. He's
Oh,
seen it.
okay. So he's seen it. He's squared it off. This has always been my thing with Adam. I watch his plays sometimes, and as we've just seen, neglecting the pass play there. I look at it and think that's not right. But then, he's seen it. So at best, I can say that he has a plan. Whether it comes off or not is another thing entirely. But
Yeah, yeah,
in some cases, I've seen coaches play, and having this sort of esoteric, sort of outside the box mindset can come in handy. I don't think this is one of those cases, but oh, that's
almost
not good. That's
immediate.
not.
Yeah, all I would say about that is before when you. So I know it's the War Dancer, so yeah, I could see the temptation, but I would have held off until you can get more assists around it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think you, as much as you might want to take the opportunity there, say it's a War Dancer down, no one around him. No one around him good, no one can hit you, but also at the same time, no one around him not great because no one's backing you up. And the odds game punched Adam square in the mouth there, so he's not going to have won a loss his dirty player mercenary on turn two. But
Yeah, it's
these are, as I said, the slightly esoteric choices that he goes for. We'll have to see if he can not salvage. I think salvage is too extreme a word for this early on in the game, but this offense has certainly unravelled slightly.
Yeah, and now Callum can now get the 2 dice hit with the either ball may bounce in not a great place for Callum, but just
If the
get him
ball
off.
ends up in the hands of Mark Zuckerberg, I'm convinced it. Oh, okay.
Okay, well he got away with it. Adam got away with it.
He somehow. This boy, this lucky duck. That's yeah. Callum has been plagued by double skull dice recently. I recall the neophyte game I played with him a couple of days ago. I think he rolled about 3 or 4 double skulls. Just a real beating, and hopefully that doesn't carry on into this match.
Yeah, they are annoying. I always say, but play every attack, every block you make like it's going to be a push at best. And be prepared for it to fail, even if it's 3 dice. Pardon me, sorry.
No, it's the old Blood Bowl player's lament, really, though, isn't it? You look at it and you go 1 in 36. What are the odds? And then it crops up, and you're like, oh Christ!
That's right.
And it just dismantle it. At worst, it's a minor annoyance. Sorry, at best, it's a minor annoyance. At worst, it can dismantle an entire turn's worth of strategizing and planning.
And then you watch people do things like they'll do a 3+, a 3+, a 2+, a 2+, and the last 2+ fails. And it's like, yeah, but the more dice you roll, you're increasing the odds that one of those dice is going to fail. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's if there's any rule that new Blood Bowl players want to almost tattoo onto their forehead is that do the best you can do rolling the least number of dice,
Yeah.
because that's what's going to keep you from telling your friends about your bad beat stories after the game.
And cursing. Oh, it's all the dice. It's like, no, you chose to roll those dice.
Oh,
Pitch.
Polish tomato picker right in the chin there. That's so. I mean, as the bright side is obviously by slightly scouting Callum out, Adam's going to have seen these potential KOs and injuries coming. So I believe that's why he's gone for maybe a slightly deeper bench than he would normally. So it's also, the bonus of not being an injury is that obviously with the Bloodwiser babe as well, we might be seeing Polish tomato picker again later on in the game. But
Yeah.
yeah, that strength 4 agi 5 lineman is. Ugh, it makes me physically ill just looking at him. Not racist. Love elves. Have played elves in the past, but looking at that makes me want to gouge my eyes out.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going down the rabbit hole that you could be racist against fantasy racing. It's.
Oh, of course you can't. But
Oh,
everyone has their pet team that they
They
despise.
do exactly. You don't. But that's all right. I mean, yeah, everybody's celebrating the Claw Plum Skaven Blitzer dying. So
Yeah, that was I hadn't seen the match, but I went on to Spike to check out the aftermath. Ooh.
Matt,
Grim readings indeed.
Matt's go. It's not personal. It's not personal. It's like it's not personal. Well, don't do the block then if it's not personal.
It feels pretty bloody personal to me.
That's right.
But
Does.
no, if I remember somebody brought this up. I think this may have been from season 14's final. I think someone brought up. Did you not say at one point that you were thinking about getting rid of that Clawpom Skaven because he never did anything?
That was joking.
Yeah, I bet you were joking now.
Yeah, I was like, all he was getting was like pushes. It's like, what's the point? You don't-
Yeah, no, Nuffle heard you, Alistair. This is why you don't say these things.
That's right. Oh, he got the dodge and he got the a shadowing failure. So that's nowhere to
I
go though,
mean,
really.
yeah, step one complete, but where the hell does he go from here? Because
I
this
mean,
is just, this offensive drive has turned into operation out of the frying pan and into the fire. Really, he's got no discernible front line. He's got no clear passing targets. I
he's got
mean,
yeah nowhere
oof.
safe to go. I mean, actually, where he is might actually be his best bet because he can
I
maybe.
mean, yeah, surrounded with a somewhat loose cage, but if he can do what? Oh no, he's making a break for it,
Oh,
and that's a step too far.
well, that's what re-roll this one and then don't do another one. Don't do another one. That's the other thing you see. That's far
Yeah,
enough.
it's another. Now, yeah, Adam, I'm almost certain. I say almost certain because I'm waiting for him to finish his turn. So yeah, okay, there we go. As I say, so I don't look like a mug when he fobs me off. Adam is one of those ones again. Yeah, once he realizes he's not got the safety net, the rerolls anymore, he takes on a much more careful line of flow. Another stun there. I mean, yay armor breaks, but not definitely not the ones he's looking for. Adam, I'm sure, would be quite like to be removing some of these players instead of just leaving them in a heap on the ground.
I'm surprised Callum didn't go for a blitz then. Well, he probably has a plan.
Yeah, from personal experience with Callum, he's normally thinking one or two moves ahead. So we'll see what he's up to. But I mean, if nothing else from this offensive drive, we can take heart in the fact that Adam has learned that his team consists of more than one bloody player.
That's right. Woodell's Callum's favourite team, and he usually he can does quite well with them. It's only if he gets half his team smashed to a bloody pulp, with tons of permanent injuries and stuff. That's the only thing that really slows him down. But even the injuries he sustained in his first game, that's not enough to slow him down. He lost a really good catcher and stuff, so that's not going to slow him down, though. You have to lose a whole lot more than just that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've as a relatively newer coach, I've only really played against Wood Elves, sort of once or twice. But having seen Dan's Wood Elves from last season, seen a couple of his matches. Yeah, I wouldn't bet against this team even playing sort of 6 versus 11. It's elves, and they will find a way to emotionally break you with some godforsaken play that you never saw coming.
Usually, what happens when you're a well, you're not really new, but you know what I mean, like totally
Yeah.
brand new, is you get totally thrashed by Wood Elves and you think they're completely OP, so you start a Wood Elf team and they all get destroyed
Oh
in the
yeah,
first
yeah, yeah,
half.
yeah. You, for me, it was something very similar to that. To be honest. Oh, here comes the block, and there is the pow.
I think he was setting it
Pound.
up for the ball bounce to be as advantageous to him as possible there, which I
Yeah,
think he's achieved.
and ooh,
Yeah, don't bother rolling the.
yeah, no, he's got the ball out and away from the immediate threats, which is always a good thing. But yeah, so to come back to the previous point, very much so. You get absolutely run ragged by elves in your first game. You think, how is this fair? What a bunch of broken rubbish. So you decide you're going to make your own elf team, and it's going to be great. It's to to quote Futurama, I'm going to make my own elf team with blackjack and hookers, and it's going to be great.
That's
And
right.
then all of a sudden you get introduced to dwarves, and you find out what tackle is, and then you just oh wow, and in oh okay, interesting animation. He's dived out of the end zone, but
Yeah, it's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, but Callum builds a strong passing game. I mean that's like a 2+ pass for him. I think a long pass with accurate and edge for
yeah,
accurate,
with
and, strong arm.
strong arm as well. It's Okay. Oh no, he has gotten back up. Okay, so Adam is back up to full strength on the field, down one in the dugout. But yeah, that's in camp. Adam probably not surprised to be here at this early stage of the game, but I can imagine he was probably hoping for some slightly more advantageous rolls. Oh, okay, quick snap.
Yeah, it's
So,
a quick. So, I mean, it's not too. That's not. It's not game over yet. I mean, he can
oh no,
definitely.
not at all.
It's actually already landing on one of his.
Yeah, don't move him. Don't you move him, Adam. You leave him there.
So he's got the. I mean, that's a bit. But being but that kick will be probably what he wants. So now he just needs to work out the hits on here so he can actually get players over there to uh, cage up and screen or whatever his plan's going to be.
Yeah, I think freeing up if he can sort of looking at that front line, if he can block from right to left to potentially free up those. Oh, he's
Yeah,
already on the move.
doing
Yeah, if
things
he can
like that.
free up, if he can free up the peasant and the blitzer there to sort of form that loose cage. I don't know if it'll keep Callum out, but it might at least slow him down.
Yeah. So he needs to be careful here because of where the ball is. This is one of these exceptions where you might not want to be going for that ball last. You at least want to get some plays around it before you.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, given where his people are, God, it pains me to say this, but it might just be a sensible idea to get those two blockers onto the ball just for some TZs, and then attempt to pick it up with Mark Zuckerberg if he can.
yeah.
He's okay. So he's going for the sort of formation of the cage without putting tackle zones on the ball. Good. Okay, now I don't know what he's doing. Now I don't know what he's doing. He's
I mean, if that might be he's planning to go there and handing off there, but that would be. I mean, he could have just run him in and without the
yeah. It's just
extra off.
it's if that's the plan, he's rolling more dice than he needed to, which as we've discussed, the cardinal sin.
I would. No, he's not going to do that anyway. He's going to go for that hit. That's done.
Ah,
So if so, I have it set up so that animation only plays on an arm break. And
you mean the correct way to set it up?
that's right. And if you might already know this, if the arm break happens, if during that animation it doesn't come up with an injury or a KO, then you know it's a stun.
Yeah, it's automatically a stun. Yeah, it's yeah they. It was the only acceptable play, but I hate it. It's Mark Zuckerberg. God, why? Oh, okay. So I guess maybe planning to bring that loner peasant around to. Actually, you might not need to.
He's going for a screen, which is fine, but he has to. Where's these war dancers? So okay, he's a bit too far away, really, and that one. Where's the other one? There's
Yeah,
the other
there
one
you
on
go.
the floor.
He's made an incomplete cage, but given how he's sort of screened the front left of it, I imagine it's going to be reasonably difficult for Callum to get in there. But then again, this is Wood Elves, so what the hell do I know? This, yeah, again with these sort of high agility, high movement speed teams, this is the sort of play that for potentially for a newer coach can leave you a little bit flummoxed because you then, as Callum's doing, he's not squaring up, he's not tagging anyone. Okay, yep, do me like that, Callum. Just completely, just completely torpedo my point as I'm
but
trying. Oh no, he's
but
gone for the blitz.
he's gone
Okay,
for the blitz. So yeah, no. Callum learnt in the first game where he himself said, the problem he had was Stud.
Well done there.
The problem he had was he was basing the dwarves, and so the dwarves were just smacking into him, and I think he fell a little bit into the trap of, well, and this is a newer player, I should be okay. I can probably take some risks I wouldn't normally take, and then he sort of found out that yeah, not quite.
Yeah, I mean it can absolutely happen. As I said, as someone who's coached the Zons team, I myself have made the fatal mistake of trying to tag dwarves only to have them just absolutely level your players. But this is, yeah, playing the high agi, high movement speed team. This is exactly what Callum's going to want to do. Just elf screen, line up, keep the points of contact to a minimum, and just slow Adam to crawl. Because obviously the benefit of Callum's scoring early is he has now reduced Adam's clock to 4 more turns to go,
Yeah.
which means he's going to have to start taking some much more risky plays if he wants to have a chance of scoring.
One of the big differences for Adam having come out the Skaven, with playing Skaven, you just have to remember they don't all have Edge 4, so I was failing 3+ dodgers trying to
Mm.
reposition players. The Elves, not so much. I mean, they can still fail their dodge rolls, but they're far more maneuverable like that. So Callum can, wherever the ball goes, Callum can just move the screen backwards and forwards. Uh,
But yeah, I mean the early Callum's early aggressiveness is going to pay off in spades here because really, if he can stop Adam scoring here, it's he can almost. I wouldn't say go as far as to say, oh, he's deployed the fireball. Try. Okay, he's trying to make a hole. Oh Lord,
yeah, that's not
the war
terrible.
the war dancer resists, but he's an easy blitz target there. So he's
Yeah, you just he sidesteps, so you do want to try to get him down. He's because he got tackle. Can't see he's got much. Oh, because he
yeah.
hasn't.
So that's Callum's highly skilled war dancer with sidestep, shadowing, tackle. So
He can take some advantage, but he's not going to blitz through that war dancer.
he's where is he going?
I guess he's going to move it round.
Hmm.
I guess the problem is there's nowhere up here he can. Oh, the stuns
No,
aren't
he's
too bad, but
Callum. Yeah, but Callum's just the elves have the movement lance. He can just shift those 4 at the top left. He can just move this screen.
yeah.
As I did say coming in, I did say shortly before the match, I was like, enjoy watching this one back, Adam, because I'm going to tear you a new one. But this is just, yeah, this is. It strikes me as a waste of a wizard. I mean, you've made, contrary to everything we saw last week, we've actually finally had a fireball. Oh,
Well, that's an injured
okay,
war dancer.
interesting. That's an injured war dancer.
Badly hurt. That's all right though. He's off. Callum's not gonna.
Adam will take it. I think that was his targets going in were always going to be these dancers. So getting one off the pitch in the first half. Yeah, he might not like where he is right now, but that's a small ray of sunshine.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would have fired ball at that point. I think you have to sort of with the wizard, uh, you got to be able to capitalize on it. I mean, I have a horrible habit of waiting for lightning bolt targets, and then I don't. One game I didn't use the wizard because one never came up, but I could have fireballed instead because how lightning bolt is more reliable, but only takes down the one player. So, I mean, but the fireball's fine, but yeah, this is something I thought he might do. So he's going to
Well,
hand,
he's
but
gone for the handoff.
he
So
can't really. Wherever
no,
he
if
goes,
he sprints here, he's going to have made a fatal mistake because he is just going to get gang mobbed by elves. So, but then again, if he wasn't going for the sprint, why would he hand off? Hmm.
yeah. I mean,
If he
the
wasn't-
problem he's got, he can if he goes to the sideline, that's out of everybody's range except that war dancer. So the war dancer, even with a go for it, is going to be able to hit him. So he would have to risk the one dice block. So if he goes there, see they can get to him there. Oh no, he's not going to
No,
do it.
okay, yeah, he's chosen probably rather sensibly to just reposition in the center. I imagine he'll swing that peasant down to seal off. Yeah, there you go. Here come the blockers and the peasant to seal off the bottom of the cage. But yeah, with oh, okay, now he's going for the. Yeah, I don't hate this play, to be honest.
No,
It's not.
he's got the assists around it.
He's got the backups. Oh Lord. Okay, yeah, this is.
That should be the last foul he does this game now.
I I can almost hear him tearing his hair out. But yeah, with the wizard is definitely it's an interest. Oh, this is goodbye, Robo Musk. You you did your job, maybe.
Well, what this is going to force is Adam has to move the ball forward now. He can't afford to mess around. In fact, oh, that's
Oh,
not good.
and into the crowd they go.
Badly
Ah,
hurt.
he's fine. He's all right.
He didn't even because a lot of times we'll see people in this situation, over the situation Adam's in, would have appoed that just because they're running out of players. So it was quite good appo discipline to not do that then.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way I've always looked at apothecaries is they are very much a silver bullet, and knowing how unpredictable Blood Bowl can be, I think it serves newer coaches well to look at it and go, okay, in the context of this particular game, yes, I'm disadvantaged. Yes, I'm, down a couple men. It gets a bit harder. The chance of losing goes up. But if you then use it on someone who's badly hurt and they're fine, you've got your player back. But then let's say hypothetically, Callum is feeling particularly vengeful and decides he's going to do a number on Mark Zuckerberg and kills him. That's Adam's entire team sort of sunk there, really. So yeah, I it wouldn't surprise me if he probably is actually just saving the Apo almost exclusively for Mark Zuckerberg.
That's right. So he got the KO there. So he's oh Callum no Callum doesn't have a bench, does he? I thought he had a bench. Oh no, because
No,
one's missed next game. So
so
Callum,
this interestingly is where the stuns off that fireball may really benefit Adam if he can get those two. I mean, he's got one tagged already. If he can tag the other one, um, and just really throw as many people in between Callum and the ball,
yeah,
he might have found a way out of this one. Interestingly, but we'll see. We'll see what he does. Yep. Okay. Smart move. Just gonna screen the ball off.
yeah, he's all right at the moment. You do have to be careful sometimes not to leave a little corner open. I thought the ball carrier was safe in my last game, and Matt found a way to knock everybody away and got the blitz in and got a 2 dice. Bye bye ball carrier. I'll probably do things like I'll ask Adam to come and commentate with me at some point. I try to get to talk to new players so I can just make sure you know that there's the control key, making sure that you know that if you click on the
Yeah.
other players you can see where they can move to and things like that.
Yeah. So he's done exactly as you sort of. He hasn't capped off the right side of that cage. But I think what he's doing here, just sort of screening, putting as many tackle zones between potential elves and the ball should be good enough. But we'll see. I think.
That's the real danger, not him. Him. That's the real danger. Although that's a lot. Yeah, no, he did Callum.
He's Callum's a ballsy coach, but is he that ballsy? Is he ready to really?
He can be, but I don't think that he's not in a situation where he needs to do it. So I don't think he will go
No.
crazy. I think
Mhm.
he'll attempt to stop the touchdown, but he won't do anything crazy because the worst that's going to happen is he'll equalise and he gets the ball on the next drive. What he wants to probably do is try to force Adam to score on his next turn because that gives Callum 2 turns to score, and with Wood Elves you can definitely score in 2 turns.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. But yes, having. Yeah, I can see for Callum, this probably is now just. I don't think he's given up on stopping Adam in any stretch of the imagination, but I have a funny feeling this is definitely now moving towards pressure and damage control, so that he gets that opportunity to try the 2 turn.
Yeah, also Callum is probably the best at doing the 1 turn touchdowns using the pushes on the line, and he has got the movement 9 catcher, which makes it easier because he only needs to push that 2. Oh, no, he's got sprint and sure feet, so he needs to push it just once, get it there, and then run it in.
Yeah, this absolutely looks like he's just trying to apply pressure here. He's going to make Adam take the touchdown this turn. As looking at where he's put his players, he hasn't gone, not really gone for the ball at all. So yeah, I think he's pretty much ready to just let this one go, and he's already looking ahead to the potential turn 2.
Yeah. But even if that goes wrong, he still has the ball in the next turn, so he can try to control. I mean, I couldn't get a 1 turn touchdown with this Bretonian team. There are better coaches than me that probably could. So I think Callum realizes he's probably safe from that. Um, Callum used to be score quickly, score fast, score loads, but he's tamed that down a little bit recently. Um, yeah, Adam could afford to go for a few hits. He still has 2 rerolls on the second last turn.
Yeah, he definitely could, but if I if I know Adam, he's probably not greatly enjoying the amount of luck he's had rolling dice so far. So he might just be spooked into just taking the TD here and trying to stop Callum. I mean, yeah, he can just. Oh no, he's. He's not going for the.
Yeah, I'll go do it now. I think
Yeah,
you're just trying to see what you can get. I mean, one thing that will come out of this game is Adam will come away thinking, I need a bit of tackle on my team.
probably, but yeah, can we just appreciate for a second, just for 1 second, that he scored with somebody
He
else?
scored with somebody else.
He's he's remembered that his team's got other players on it. Oh, thank God, he's finally done. He's finally done it. A day that some coaches, myself included, thought may never happen. Get to the end of the season. Oh, Adam, that's a lovely TV 1700 Brett team you've got there. How's it built? And it's just a level 7 blitzer.
That's it.
Hey guys, do you want to see
Oh,
So,
me here?
given Adam's experience with Skaven last week, he's yeah, as we've discussed, the 2 turn touchdown opportunity is definitely rattling around in his head. So I would almost expect to see exactly as he's doing. Yeah, he's going to go for the full screen. He's going to go for the full screen at the back.
Hang on a second. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's alright, the kid makes a lot of noise sometimes. Remember, I said I'd stop you doing anything if you were too noisy while I was streaming. He's not even listening to me, it's fine. Don't- why would you listen to me? I buy all his food, all his clothes, pay all the bills. No need to listen.
Yeah, but he doesn't appreciate that yet.
No, I know.
This is what you bring up when he's older, and you know. I mean, depends. You know, he starts now making noise in the Blood Bowl streams. Give it a couple of years, Dad. Don't get mad, but I may have had an accident with your car.
That's right.
Enjoy the minor annoyances while you can, because they'll only get worse from here.
Yeah, it's actually not that far away either. It's crazy. So what going for the backfield screen's good. I mean, he's obviously a little bit aware of how these one-turn push touchdowns can work because he's not giving Callum, you know, any real leeway. But you don't need a bunched up line of scrimmage to do this. Callum just has to make it that if he hits him in this direction or this direction, you know, that the squares, these squares are filled in. Where's his one-turner dude? Oh, he's there. Oh, okay. I couldn't even begin to try to guess what Callum's got in mind. Oh no, that's not him. Oh, it's the plus movement guy.
He's lined him up on the outside, isn't he? Is that him on the far right?
That's him on the far right. Oh, because he might go for a. He might not go for a one-turner because he doesn't need to. He probably just. Yeah, he still has 2 turns.
That's what he's doing when he speaks.
Yeah, no, the maths behind the one-turn touchdown. I'm sure if I put some effort in, I could probably understand it, but at this point, it eludes me. And when you play when you play low agi, more bashy teams like I tend to do, it's not something you ever have to worry about, short of punching whoever on the other team has the ball and is attempting the same thing.
That's right. A lot of us own the board game, so we get that out to sort of try to figure it out. And I think if you ask Callum, he'll do it in a friendly game. He's quite happy to help coaches learn how to do it.
Guys, this is gonna be my intro. I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's gonna run down like 2 to 3 scoring threats.
Just force Adam to split up the forces. Yeah, it's not. Oh yeah, well he could be going for. He could be going for quite a few scoring threats here. I think he's just gonna. Yeah, he's spreading the field nicely. He's just gonna make Adam. He's gonna spread Adam's forces wide and just hope that that's enough.
Yeah, he gives Adam now has basically 2. I mean, either he starts trying to mark some of these players or hit one, or he just stays where he is to force Callum to dodge through these tackle zones. But he has got that edge 5 guy.
Yeah, I think now he's not gone for the one turner. I feel like obviously the catcher with 9 movement is still. Oh, he's
Failed
pulled the pick up and he's got it back. Oh, go on, Callum. Lob it. We all know you're going to, and we all know because of your skills, you're gonna make it look easy, and all the rest of us will be like, "Oh, I wish I could do that." Bloody elves. Oh, no, he's not.
Well, he's kept the ball carrier far enough back that nobody can
And Adam
even
can't
get
there.
next to him. So
Been exposed, but
I mean, from a math standpoint, I'm not sure how much of the I'm not sure how much of a field advantage the skills on that thrower give him, but dear God, this is starting to look like some Hail Mary levels of chucking. This is he's gonna clear half the bloody field with this.
yeah, but no, that's that. If he goes just here, it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean it's a long. As long uh, if he doesn't go for it, which I don't think he would, I think it'll be a long pass
and you know what else I'm insane about?
I mean,
to any of these guys.
yeah, I mean, this is the inherent problem, obviously, with any other team. If
My locker.
if this was a potential scenario, you could almost look at it and go, well,
You know what?
he'll only have X number of Agi fours, or he'll only have certain number of players that can catch. But the inherent annoyance of the elves is that, as people have pointed out, they have positionals, but almost any elf can be a standout player when it comes to passing and catching.
Yeah,
So
Expose
have you been?
as much
Sorry.
yeah, sorry, no, as much as I'd be inclined to say he hasn't really got a preferable target, I mean, I'd definitely maybe post up on the strength 4 Agi 5 elf a little bit more than maybe the others, because I feel like that's going to be Callum's prime target if he gets
You
the
know my
chance.
I
stats?
think so.
Actually,
Well, if
are
Adam
pretty good.
stays in that configuration, then yeah, because he'll be able to dodge through the 2 tackle zones on a 3+ edge 5. I think it's 3+. So that's probably he hasn't got dodge, so he hasn't got any of those sort of mitigation. I mean, he could also
I did.
throw it to the war dancer, who can then run it up here, leap over this player, and just go. Have you been following the leaks of the new edition?
Bit by bit, I sort of think my introduction to Blood Bowl was very much through the PC port of things, but I have kept my ear to the ground a little bit to see what the new changes are. Although as far as I remember, in terms of the leaked Blood Bowl 3, that's not a Blood Bowl 3, because it as the brilliance of it being revealed and then promptly unrevealed. Um,
That's it.
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the new revisions. I know they've changed some of the passing stats for the elves so that they can't, they haven't got this global passing threat, which
No.
it's a nerf, but it's needed in my opinion. I think, yeah, again, maybe I just hate Agi 4 teams.
That's right.
Maybe it's just me.
The closest to it now is the Pro Elves, who have obviously the 2+ throwers, but they also have the blitzers at the 3+ passing. So they're at them so far that the better passing team. And in terms of what we do with online, it'll be a league decision. I'm not going to force it. A lot of us don't like the idea of redrafting teams because it's just forces you to always play at lower TVs and stuff like that. But if it comes out, I think the unreveal was because I accidentally leaked. It was a new board game edition, but I'll do it if it does get properly when it does get announced or the digital version. Then I'll put up a post then. But I'm not forcing the league to move to it. I'll probably get it, but just play around with it. And if anybody else gets it, we'll set up some kind of dummy league where the teams won't count toward to bring them in, just so we can play around with it. But if the whole league turns around and says, "Nah, we want to stick with Blood Bowl 2," then that's what we'll do. But if the whole league turns around and goes, "No, oh, don't know if I'd have re-rolled that." Well, I guess he's thinking, he still has. Oh, he still has 2 re-rolls there. But here we go. let's zoom this out because I have a feeling we're going to need to. Yeah, if the whole league says, yeah, we want to move to Blood Bowl 3, then we'll definitely give it a go. So it'll be a league decision. It won't be my sole decision.
I think it suffers. It suffers from that that Paradox Games problem of they'll release it and then it's probably worth waiting for however long it is just to get the Legendary Edition when it comes out
Yeah.
and just get the one with all the teams in it. But yeah, I could I
We're coming on my
yeah, unless they change anything like absolutely groundbreaking that totally changes the way the game is played, my vote would be to just stick with Blood Bowl 2 for now. It's not got anything in it I consider. Oh, here comes the Chuck.
Yeah.
That's looking good.
That might. Is he gonna?
Jetty,
Could do a handoff here.
Yeah,
Could do a
that's what.
handoff to the.
join.
Oh no, he's just gonna. No, he's elfed.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, thanks, Callum, for just elfing everywhere. That's you make me sick. Why would you do this? Ruin my evening. And I've got another half of this to commentate over. Right. Well, I mean, again, yeah, a valiant attempt by Adam to hold back the tide there, but that was, yes, certainly one of those things I think was almost always going to happen, bar some divine intervention.
Yeah, yeah, and it's you do have to compensate your well, depending on the teams that you're playing with. So you know that Callum can score. He can score within one turn with the pushing, but he can give this team 2 turns to score, and they can do it. It's the same with Skaven. You've got to factor in if they have the one turners, the natural one turners, they don't have to muck about so much. You just have to factor that in. That
Addy boy.
target the right players and.
Now, having Adam on the defense again here, this might just be the new rookie coach in me making some overly aggressive plays. But I feel like Callum almost wants to do the same thing again because Adam's Brets do not have the capability to score quickly, and if Callum can notch up another touchdown, that's the match right there.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd almost be inclined, to see if he can just punch a hole, get someone downfield, and really sort of wrap this up with 5 or 6 turns left on the clock.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're the big noob. I said you're the big
No, it makes sense.
Hey.
Yeah, because there's no way that Adam. Well, there is a way. Actually, that's not true. If Adam scores right away,
Yeah.
Adam could equalise. It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. But all Callum has to do is delay it like
Guys, can you hear Mr. Annoying?
2-3 turns, and then yeah, it's game over. But whether he will, because Callum, as you've seen, can be quite aggressive. So
He likes the touchdown. I mean, I don't know if any of his are any of his players particularly close to leveling up because he might look at this opportunity to maybe get some SPP. Oh, he's got Derek there as a potential level 3 lineman.
I think, yeah. Well, I'm trying to find the guy that I think he scored with this guy. Yeah, this guy
See, he's in my car.
is a touchdown and a pass away.
Get nude, Devon. By the way.
Now that's some trademark Callum aggressiveness right there. He has barreled through the line and gone straight for Mark Zuckerberg.
That's
I love
right.
it. I love it.
Oh, Devon.
Now foul him. You know you want to.
He doesn't
Forget the score. Stomp on his neck.
just kill him. Callum, surprised he doesn't foul that much with this team. But a lot of that is you don't always tend to foul with Elves because the positionals are so expensive. So you're trading off quite a lot if it goes down. Hang on a second. Sorry.
It's all right.
Right. It's all right. You don't need to hear me being stung with a kid.
I mean, yeah, I think sort of what we talked about earlier on is exactly what he's doing. Callum has just blasted a ruddy great hole in Adam's line, and he's just I think he's just going to run roughshod over the backfield now. and wait for the opportune moment to dish the ball out to a passing target.
Yeah.
And really just drive the final nail into the coffin here.
This is Callum's basic mode of playing. He, just do really, really aggressive. He's probably one of the most aggressive elf players that I've seen. But you know what? We joined, both me and Callum joined Rebel for their current season, which is pretty much over. Callum got to the playoffs with a Wood Elf team, so and I didn't. So what do I know?
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If
Yeah.
it gets you places, then who is anyone to tell you that style is wrong? If it's getting him the results that
Yeah.
it's clearly getting him,
I
then
think
by all means.
it catches coaches off guard. They're not expecting the Elves to barrel down like this. Now, I have seen it work against him because sometimes he's got all his team down here, so it's like one bad dice roll, and if you can, that can allow you to
Yep.
clear and get up here. That can. It's more dangerous against Skaven, other Wood Elves, fast teams.
Oh yeah,
Have
I think the best example we had of that really of Callum's potential sort of 50-50 aggressiveness was really that play sort of early on in the first half. If Adam had managed to get that pass play off, then I think the Callum's aggressiveness was going to get him into some real trouble because he had no one in the backfield that could easily get to any one of Adam's potential receivers. But as we saw, Adam elected to
not do that.
dirtle around in the backfield and get his teeth kicked in.
I mean, it was a risky pass. I mean, it would have been. I mean, Callum quite. If you're on the attack and he's aggressive, Callum will compensate for that. He's well aware that it can just take one thing and then you outrun the rest of the team. So he will set it up. There's this case where he's on the defense and he doesn't have to worry about that so much. His biggest problem will be is if the pass goes wrong. But yeah, I mean, Adam's in a little bit of a disadvantage this season in that he only got a 6-game NFA. Saying that, a lot of people do enter new teams into the main league because you can. You don't have to play a team through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Side.
Well, we've seen Chris is doing that with an Underworld Denizens team this season, is he not?
Yeah. So, which was I know.
Godspeed to him is all I can say to that particular one. But
that's right. So that's good.
Well, he's taken Callum's most prolific scoring threat off the field.
Yeah.
Which is, it's always a bonus. It's probably not going to be hugely helpful in the grand scheme of things, but
let's just take off that mic.
Yeah.
I'm noticing there that he has. I mean, I know there's obviously the chance of an interception, but he has left one elf decidedly unmarked.
Yeah. And that's a big.
That's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Oh no, Adam, no. That's ooh. I mean, if someone with my experience has spotted that, then Callum sure as hell has. So I'll be interested to see what his next choice of action is here.
Callum's probably about to prove me wrong. I think he's gonna delay the pass out a turn because he can.
Yeah, I mean he's in a frankly commandeering position right now. He is very much controlling the pace of the game, so I think it serves him to just durdle around in the backfield away from all the blood and violence. Yep, I mean part of me feels for Adam because he knew going in. Oh
Whoa,
no!
dead.
Not again! Oh, Oh no, that is. I believe if my team history is correct, that is the second Amazon delivery driver we've gone through so far, and we now return to our scheduled programming with Adam of having one of his players die in every match he plays. It's almost uncanny. It really is. But yeah, another Amazon delivery driver. Just yeah. Well, I
This
mean, if if Callum was thinking about durdling around and drawing this out, then he sure as hell is now. Because
Yeah, he can. Yeah, I mean,
Adam,
he'll delay this out for as long as he can.
yeah.
Um,
But I mean, what can he do? Even if Adam gets someone into the backfield, he can't chase him down. The elf is just faster.
yeah, yeah. And if he does start threatening, yeah,
He'll just throw it.
he'll just
Yeah,
throw
this
it
is
and score. And this season's been brutal. This season has had like loads of deaths every
was it
round, and
seven? Was it seven in the first week? I think
7
we
in the
had.
first week, and that includes really pinnacle players. I mean, it hasn't slowed Callum down, but he lost an Edge 5 catcher. I mean, I lost my claw pummer, and we're just getting reams and reams of deaths. It's just like I had 2 deaths, but yeah, Adam had 2 deaths in his first game. Zons, I think, are holding up okay. Um,
Yeah, I've got to admit, I was absolutely bricking it every time I saw the animation play against Rob. I was like, oh no, here we go. It's gonna. But yeah, he managed. I think he managed to fill the entire dugout with injured Zons, but not actually kill any of them, which is a small blessing. But yeah, this is. I mean, yeah, not to put too fine a point on it, but this is all but over now. I think this is
oh
just
yeah, yeah. I
if
mean,
if 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 there was any small glimmer of hope for Adam, it has absolutely just been snuffed out. Yeah, it's
but yeah, I mean, hopefully it doesn't discourage him from playing too much. You know.
oh, it will never discourage him. I don't think Adam's that kind of player. I think the joke when the season schedule first came out, we found out that myself and Adam would be playing each other in the final week.
Excellent.
And we always joked that it was going to be sort of the wooden spoon bowl, and it'd be us dragging whatever carcasses of teams we had left onto the pitch. Each fielding about 7 loners and just seeing what the hell happened. But I think this as a season, I think this very much for me and Adam as new coaches has always been. Did you ever play Halo Reach?
No.
No, there's a bit at the end of Halo. There's a bit at the end of Halo Reach. Spoilers for anyone in the stream who hasn't played a game that was released in decades ago. But it's just at the end of it, you're in an unwinnable situation, and it just flashes up on the screen, and the objective just changes to survive. And
That's
I'm pretty sure that's what me and Adam have sort of have made of this season. We're really in this to just to get the experience, to benefit from the. And Callum is going backwards. Oh,
oh.
he's showing off there. He's going for the SPP now. Look at him there.
Oh, he's used his re-roll though. Oh, now he's thinking about it. Yeah, I bought the Halo Master Chief collection to play through the campaigns with the kid. Um, we did. We played. We got all the way through Halo 1, and I've beaten it. I beat it years ago when it came out, and we just couldn't. We couldn't do the last level. We tried and tried, and because he's a kid doing it repetitively, and it was 2 years ago now, so he was like 8 then. But trying to say to him, well, we keep doing it until we do it, and eventually after like the 10th try, just went, nah, that's it. I got to the end. That was good enough. We've played a bit through Halos 2 and 3, and yeah, it's cool. But yeah, so Callum's is he still thinking about whether to do these go for it? I don't.
I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, Yeah,
Yeah, he's gone
that
for
answers that question.
it. He's
But yeah,
gone.
in the grand scheme of things, he either goes for it, and what could have happened. He scores. He's 3-1 up. It's an unassailable lead. He locks up the game,
This is a
or
gaming
he
PC.
drops it right on the touchdown line. Adam is still in a hugely unfavourable position. It would, I think and Callan clearly agrees with me there. The risk, the benefit far outweighed the risk there of
Totally.
potentially standing still. So can't fault Callum for that decision at all. And now we just see if Adam can attempt to force another touchdown, but I think he's going to struggle.
Yeah, I think he should. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 9 players on the pitch, and Callum's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Should
5,
have
6,
10,
7,
right?
8, 9, 10. Yeah, so it, yeah, I think he did. Adam definitely wants to try to score, even though it's not gonna. He's not gonna. He's not going to tie at this point. I don't think, but he needs to think about who he wants to score on. So let's see where we. So for example, I'd consider him because he's 2 away, or him who's 1 away.
Now, I don't know if that was just a late flash up, but please tell me Adam did. Oh, I think he has. I think he's just. I mean, it's a very minor quibble, but I have a funny feeling he's put his recently leveled blocker on the front line, and I have some serious questions about that. Because if there is a god of dice, and we all know there is one, he's going to die now.
That's
And
right.
Mark Zuckerberg will remain the only leveled player on his team. Oh, okay. Richard Branson's made the catch on the 4-up, so
I mean the
he's on the offense though. So I suppose I suppose he can be slightly more happy-go-lucky with his blocks. But yeah, if as a force of habit for me, if I ever see the level up flash, they are immediately put on the back of the line and kept away from all the violence.
I had a blitzer who I'd been trying to level up for ages. I got up to level up in one game. This is the Skaven team I'm currently playing, and he failed a go for it, I think, and hit the ground and was dead. And I'd already used the Apo. And I finally got him leveled up, and he just died. It's like bye
I
bye.
think, yeah, I mean the brutality there though, the sort of, and the bit that always I think it's on a bucket list of things that a new coach has to experience before they can sort of say, oh, I've seen most of what the game has to throw at me, is the first time you GFI and die for it, because it's sort
Yeah.
of it flashes up and you think, what? I didn't even know you could die going for it. But yeah, you don't know you can die going for it the first time, but you sure as hell remember that you can die going for it every time after that.
That's right. So Rob Tops joined us in the stream. So hello, Rob.
Oh, good evening, Rob. I think I don't know when you popped up, but I feel like you've missed the brunt of the.
It's yeah. It's a bit of a done deal at this point. So one thing that Adam has done right, he hasn't tried to, because he's got all these players that are like 1 or 2 star player points away from leveling up, and he hasn't gone for trying to do vanity passes, because against this Wood Elf team, that would be just giving him another touchdown, basically.
Oh, absolutely. There's too much possibility for something to go horrifically wrong there, and with the speed and the agi on these elves, yeah, as you said, you're basically handing the guy a free touchdown. Oh, he's doing it again. Callum,
Oh,
stop.
yeah, no, he will. He'll screen it here. It was my guess. So he's going to screen it here, but he's also going to try and bring players around sort of this way as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, with the player, well, it's even with a minuscule advantage like the 2 players he's got, you can still now just start to almost envelop the rest of Adam's team and just bully them into one location. And yeah, eventually the ball is going to pop out, and he's just going to scoop and score. Potentially, there's obviously no guarantee he does it, but you know, it's certainly what he's going to be aiming for, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think
You said to no.
this Wood Elf team is probably one of the favourites to get into the playoffs. I think he's already played the Dwarves, which is good. Game one took the damage, has the rest of the season to rebuild. I think the next big threat is probably the Chaos Dwarves and Rob's Chaos team, because I don't know when you're meeting Callum, Rob, but I think if you'll probably have more tackle by the time you two clash, so they'll be the danger points for Callum's team.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's with the schedules and the way they pan out, it's always good to. Oh, Rob says they play next week.
Next
Oh,
week.
okay, so maybe not as much time as you would have wanted, but
No.
I still.
Do me a favour.
No, I still.
Show me how
Maybe this is still the post-traumatic stress talking. I still favour Rob in that matchup.
I want to see your game.
Well, the only downside is Claw won't really matter, but
Yeah,
he hasn't built that Chaos team to be wholly reliant on Claw.
No. I think there's like one. I think there's one or two key players that he's got Claw on, but I think he's, as he rightly should have, he's gone really more for block mighty blow just to pile on the damage. So
yeah,
we can. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that one in the recap in 2 weeks' time to see how that one pans out. But yeah, I think in terms of the grand picture, when you look at the schedule, if you're really playing the long game, it almost can influence what skills you take as you level up as well. When you sort of think, okay, what have I got coming next? I know there have been a couple of I know that they've in sort of other side leagues I've done, there've been a couple of coaches who've really, they've taken a team that's maybe not suited to being as not suited as you can be to being beaten into the ground. But they'll take a look at their schedule and their first 4 weeks are Chaos, Chorfs, Dwarves, Nurgle, or something like that, and they'll be completely despondent. They're like, "There's no way I can rebuild." But you have to take the advantage there that you've got those matchups out of the way early on, and especially with a new team, it's oh, my lineman's dead. Well, he was level 1 and he had no SPP. Whatever. He's just fodder, really.
I don't think I'm going to be considered the best coach after this season, mate. I think I'm quite still in the running. So the way we work it in Bloodstains is we don't really use the stats to be considered the best coach in the league, and this has been how it's been since season 1. So I didn't change it just because I won or anything like that. It's always how it's been. The best coach in the league is who won the main season. So that makes because we got to make it something. It's got we like it to be a big deal. So if you get through, you get to the final and you win, you're the best coach, considered to be the best coach in the league, and until the next final, and whoever wins that one. I do on the Discord want to do a special color, like for whoever does win, because I can make you. Season champion, whoever it is. I didn't do it because I didn't think about it until the playoffs. I thought, well, I'm not going to do it on myself. Suddenly, it happens. It's like
a tad egotistic.
Yeah,
you know what? We're going to introduce this thing, but no, Adam.
Was that a necessary risk? Sorry, we're blowing off course a little bit. It's my fault. It's totally. Okay, because he's moving the cage over here. The thing is, he wants to be. Cheers, man. The thing is, he wants to be moving it forward, rather than to the side. I mean, that's even if it's only a square or two.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just in terms of oh no, yeah, just in terms of length, he's actually gone backwards here.
Yeah.
If I remember the positioning from last turn, he has actually gone backwards by exactly 1 square. But yeah, I mean, I can see this being just incredibly frustrating because as we've said, he can shift the cage from side to side, but Callum can just do exactly the same with his screen, so it doesn't really. really get anywhere. But then at the same time, the way he set up the screen, you can't really punch your way through it.
No. So what depending on when Callum and Rob arrange their game, that's obviously a big part of it. I probably will stream that one, and I'm trying to get you to join me once a week if you're free, because I'm going to try and do it with some of the newer coaches. Watching games, I think you guys are probably obviously already doing it because you've been saying, Adam was watching Callum's games and stuff. It's one of the best ways to learn. And I'm trying to build up some confidence, so if you want to try doing a recap for a week or something like that, with no pressure to do any of that. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I think personally, it's a good idea to get the newer coaches involved. I think the concern. I think the only concern I had when I first got asked was, I was like, oh god, talking about the game, I'm gonna have so many absolutely freezing cold takes that coaches with more experience would be like, yes, well, obviously, you moron. Why would you even point that out? But I think obviously there's a lot to talk about that isn't specifically focused on the game as well. You can talk about the team's history, what they've been up to, the sort of coach's history. There's a lot to delve into. So I think it's definitely a good idea to get some of the newer coaches involved. I mean, obviously, if some of them might be a little bit proverbially camera shy, so it might take a bit of coaxing. But
yeah.
I mean, dear God, Adam could talk for England once you get him started. So you might regret asking him to.
Oh, we got a couple of other coaches like that. I can be like that as well. So if you say I got to go, like in a chat or anything, I just cut myself off dead because I'm actually very self-aware about it. So I know if I don't shut up, I'll keep going. And Willem can be the same as well. So yeah, he's in good
I'm glad
company.
you said that because I was about to say, yeah, I swear Willem said the other week that he had the same problem, but
You know.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, it would be great to get some other people into the stream. I mean, especially as well as the league sort of continues to grow, even if it's double skulls there.
Oh,
That's.
that's not good.
I mean, I don't want to say that this game has been a dicing because it hasn't. It's been Callum has just played lights out Wood Elf Blood Bowl. Really, there's not much you can say about it. But if anything sums up Adam's game, that's probably it.
I so I occasionally throw teams Callum's way just because I want to see how he would play certain teams. And one of them was I said, you've got to try Elf Union, Pro Elves, whatever you want to call them, because they would really suit your play style. I mean, we're not going to see anything new or different coming out of that, and he did. I think he played them in a side league, and then he went on to win the main season with them. Um,
Yeah, I could 100% see how how Pro Elves would fit this sort of aerial assault style of play that he likes to do. But I mean, yeah, take nothing away from him. The game really has been lights out. He's played incredibly aggressive. He's played. Oh God, if Polish
yeah.
Tomato Picker had died there, that was a heart in the mouth moment. But yeah, I mean, to take nothing away from him, he's played a fantastic game. He's been aggressive. He's been, when he needs to be, he's been conservative. He's always been thinking, about the next play. He's never metaphorically frenzy locked himself into an unfavorable situation, apart from maybe his handing off for that third touchdown. But I think at that point, really, you haven't got much to lose. Oh yeah, Adam's going to be having nightmares about getting tackle on these guys.
I mean,
He's
yeah,
that's
I think he after this game he's definitely going to develop a bit of tackle in there. So the reason Callum brought this team in was because of how well Daniel did with the Wood Elves, and Callum's like, no, I want to be the first coach to win the season with Wood Elves because. I mean, his play style with the Wood Elves is hard to stop. It is hard to beat. The only thing you can do is what Andy did to him, which was basically just smash all these players off the pitch.
Just batter him to death. Yeah, I mean it's because as we haven't really seen it too much this game, but yeah, the important thing to remember, obviously, they are only armor 7, or
Yeah.
most of them I think are armor 7, and if you can hit them enough, they will start dropping. But in this case, yeah, Adam has struggled with that particular facet. I think there are definitely some aspects of the game Adam has been quite unlucky in. I mean, obviously, both of his fouls immediately resulting in 2 send-offs. Definitely not the way. Definitely not the way he envisioned that going. Yeah, some of his blocking dice have been a bit dodgy. Some of his GFIs have been a bit dodgy, but there have also been there have also absolutely been some of the plays he's made that have, I know have made the both of us sort of a bit confused. But yeah, I think in the grand scheme of things, he'll take it as a learning experience. I'm sure he's carving wood elves into his stone tablet of teams he has some sort of blood oath vendetta against from now until the end of time. But I mean, yeah, as a learning experience, somewhat akin to getting punched in the mouth, but that's Blood Bowl, sadly, and I think I don't know whether it's just something that the Brets inherently struggle with, but yeah, this has just been an absolute clinic from Callum this game. There's not really, as I said, not much you can take away from him.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard for this level of Brets to take on this TV of Wood Elves. Uh, you know, to stop Callum, you've got to have a ton of tackle and all those sort of skills going on, and
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
if you're another, like when these Wood Elves meet my Skaven team, it'll be who can outmaneuver better than the other one for the most part. Shadowing's not working out for him this game.
Yeah, but he's got the block. He's taken out the ball carrier there and scooped the ball right back up. Wow. Okay, we found where Adam's luck was. It was hidden in turn 14,
That's
where
right.
it is completely useless and far too little, too late. But it's little successes. I mean,
He could still get a
he could
touchdown in.
he could still score. He's the odds are incredibly slim, but not impossible.
Yes, correct. What are we gonna wait? I'm gonna uncle them. So tap to return.
Oh,
No,
no.
no,
Does he have a
no.
reroll? He still has his
He
reroll.
does.
You make it so you and me become best friends in this world.
I'm not sure why there though.
Best friends and not best friends. 'Cause you know
I
what?
think yeah, it's a point at a point now where it's like
Wait. But
where do you go? You don't. There's nowhere to go from where that was. So I'm guessing it's mostly at least there's a couple of players around. But yeah, Callum's going to stand him up or move somebody down to do some kind of
Yeah,
blitz.
I think at this point he's really spoiled for choice. He's got an absolute plethora of options with which to dislodge the ball now. So really, it is dealer's choice. He can work Adam over here however he wants, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, we sort of said Adam can still score, and I think barring a miracle, that would have really relied on the passing play. But again, I think Adam probably considered it. Knowing Adam, he probably thought about it. But again, if you make the pass and it goes wrong, Callum will just scoop it up, and that's just another touchdown, really.
He couldn't pass then because he picked it
Oh
up
yes,
with
to the
a
blitz.
blitz player. So yeah. No, that's all right. I mean, I think a lot of it is trying to get some of the newer code. This is one of the reasons to get people into the streams. Sorry, I'm losing my mind just slowly. Because yeah, you learn more about the game when you're watching it. You know.
They want to be best friends.
Yeah, I mean, I think even now for me, I think what if I've picked up anything from this game, it's that Callum has that very distinct it has a very distinct. I say distinct. It's probably not unique to Callum. It's probably just an experience thing. But he has that very interesting way of, you know, sort of drive them to one side of the pitch and then set up the screen and corner in a specific way that you just start enveloping them, which I think is it's teaching me sort of much better ways to it's teaching me better ways to screen. It's teaching me better ways to sort of force people into situations they might not find advantageous, which it's not going to apply to every team. Obviously there are certain boons that he's granted just by virtue of playing that. Oh, he's going to go for another pass, isn't he?
That's right. Well, the
Don't
ball the
do
ball
it.
bounced onto this dude. So, but yeah, that's so I was trying to do it to Adam when we met. So what you're trying to do is force a cage, and you're trying to force them further and further to the sideline because it
Yeah.
gives them less room to maneuver around and things. If you can force them to do that, so when they do some crazy play, there's also a chance the ball will bounce off and it might land somewhere good. Unless it's me, and then it doesn't. It just lands exactly where the other player wants it most of the
Oh, he's going to go.
time. Here we go.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for Mark. Oh, Callum, you disappoint me. Mark Zuckerberg was right there. Oh, if he turns up, if he comes to the commentary booth after the match, we're going to be having words. This is, yeah, he's let me down. He's won the match 3-1. Potentially, I say that potentially 4-1, and he's not. He's managed to put a dent in the helmet of. Oh, not enough. Oh, it's a stun. That's okay. I take it back. Oh, yeah. This you gotta feel slightly bad because this has been a real jobbing, but that's Blood Bowl. That's
I wouldn't say that Callum never fouls with Wood Elves, but yeah, he's not big on it with the Wood Elves. And what ends up happening is, oh, there we go. There's the ball not loose. That's not really going to matter though.
no.
It can lead to a false sense of security when you play Callum when he's playing other teams, because it's not that he doesn't foul; he fouls with certain teams. So you're playing Callum, yeah, he won't foul. And suddenly he's like fouling all your players. And watch his underworld team; he'll probably foul quite a bit with those guys. But yeah, with Elves, he I guess he's trying not to get into the habit of doing it. I'd imagine if he was one or two. Well, there we go. Yeah, it's probably kind of worth it as long as you can get away from the side. You haven't really. You have to base.
I mean, does he just potentially go? Does he just potentially take the GFI and just go down on left one, just not
Yeah.
base? Yeah, he's thinking about it. I mean, there's no way he leaves him there. So he's going to put him somewhere. I don't.
Without the re-roll.
Yeah, without the re-roll as well, he's putting some thought into this.
At least there, and like you say, if or no, he's going upwards. Well, that leaves you on the sideline though.
Oh, Adam. If Watch has.
I could, yeah. I mean, I could.
Give him credit. He's still playing for the touchdown.
That's right.
But
You've got to though. I think.
yeah, I think you have to. But if he gets surfed now and Jeff Bezos ends up dead, oi vey.
Oh yeah, he's trying to mitigate that a little bit though. So, I mean, Callum's gonna have to. Well, if he wants to surf, he's gonna have to do some riskier dodges. I think. Mind you, he can. Yeah, he'd be risking a surf himself. Yeah, he's gonna knock him out the way. That makes it a lot less risky. He'll just go there.
She once saved a cat, and she also
Yeah, and surf with him
killed a whole ghost
like that.
Goodbye, Jeff.
A whole like.
Oh, he's fine. He's all
You
right.
know how Kit died?
Now it's where does the ball land? Oh, that's exactly where Callum wants it. He's really good at getting those, is Callum.
Some players, I tell you, some players have all the good luck.
If the roles had been reversed, the ball for Callum would have bounced like that. You don't.
Let's just say something.
And he can even grab it with the thrower as well. Yeah, this is that's all she wrote, folks. I mean, this one was this match sadly was dead in the water probably about 30 minutes ago. But now we're just seeing more elfing, more elf things. He even rolled double sixes on the pass and the catch. That's just, you know what? That's worse. That's worse. That's so much worse. If he just rolled like a 2 and a 3, fine. But to roll double sixes, that's just bad manners, man. That's BM.
Hey, I see Jules.
Oof. Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, he had it coming. This this in my eyes, much like my game with Rob last week, this is Adam's welcome to the big leagues junior match.
That's right. Well, it's against me, when he beat the Skaven team. I mean, he did play well, and that's why I don't like to say, oh, it was a bit of a dicing. Although I don't think I had particularly great dice, but that wouldn't have mattered if he wasn't playing well. Do you know what I mean? The two are connected. You can have
100%. I think, yeah, that you can roll unfavorable dice. You can, be put into situations that, oh, if it had just gone the way I needed it to go, it would have been fine. But he does have to be there to capitalize on those situations, and
exactly.
he clearly was.
And if you have bad dice and the other coach is not playing particularly well, then yeah, it doesn't matter as much,
But I think this is why I applaud even at the end there. He's running players up the field because he's still playing. He can't win, but he's still playing to score. Because all it takes is an errant dice roll or something to not go quite right, and all of a sudden, if you've played too conservatively and too sure that you're going to sure that you're not going to get anywhere, you miss out on those opportunities to take advantage.
That's right. It's still star player points, and it's still practice. It's still working it out for when it would make a difference. That was unfortunate. So I don't think Callum can hear. Callum might jump on.
Oh God, no, not again.
Well, look, he's 4 star player points away from another level up.
What in the name of Nuffle is this? Get out. No, this is a joke now. This is beyond a joke.
So, yeah, just have a quick. So, yeah, he better spread. I mean, that was, yeah, but at least he's put some star player points on some of the others. 14 star player points, he must have gotten the MVP. Yeah, he got the MVP. So that's good. It jumps him. That'll jump him up. So the problem is with you sort of ignore these dice at the bottom because you roll your own armor rolls and stuff like that, and it completely skewers looking at it because it doesn't. So it's mostly sort of looking at he failed 2 pickups. 4 go for it.
Where were you? I thought I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, good job thwarting that shadowing though. Superb job, 100%, 10 out of 10.
And he only got caught out with it twice, I think. So that was
Yeah.
good. He's obviously aware that it was there. So the block dice, he just quickly flipped through. You're looking again for block dice distribution. I mean, again, these sort of don't. It depends how they're paired up. You could roll 20 skulls, but if every skull was paired with a pow and other pushes and other things, it's not too bad. He only had one double skull in there.
Yeah, I mean the statistical distribution of those power dice look about right. More pushes than anything else, balanced mix. But yeah, as you said, it's all about how your numbers come up rather than how many of them.
Okay, can
Yeah.
you go in my room and explain
So yeah, Callum's is looking all right.
I mean, I do really mean it as friends.
Yeah, he did have a couple of double skulls, didn't he? Yeah, both downs. I'd imagine he hasn't got block, so
I guess.
that would be the reroll. Let's see if they've leveled up.
Luckily, Shadow's dead. Like, Shadow is dead.
Let's
Like, Dream Team rules.
So Adam has leveled George Soros, but I mean,
They might be thinking about what. Not all coaches do their level up straight away. I tend to, but
Life from Paradise is
yeah, I mean, I know. Okay, so I mean, presumably that lineman is going to get dodge short of rolling doubles or a stat up.
Are you invisible?
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I can't see him.
I was in my room and
He,
I saw the door open.
yep, I mean, potentially. I don't know how to what extent like high elves. Sorry, not high elves. I don't know to what extent woodies go in for, having a player that's like your got kick or kick off return or stuff like that. So he's running out of players that haven't leveled up. So it
Oh,
might be worth investing in one of those sort of skills, maybe.
yeah, he might take kick because he hasn't got it.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, kick. Yeah, for all the speedy, passy teams, all the elves, Skaven, all that sort of kick is something that you want to have because it gives you having that control over the ball means you can either kick it deep in order to try do what
Oh,
Callum did,
absolutely.
where he then swarmed in and broke the cage up before it could even form, or you might want to risk it and kick it closer to the line, which puts the pressure on the other team to have to pick up the ball. So if you're against a team with not great ball handling skills, you kick it close to the line, they fail the pickup, and then you just dive in. And particularly in Edge 5, you could just dive in, grab the ball, and
Indeed. Right. I think we've actually got Callum on the horn. Give me just a second.
Someone was in my room and they were
I think we should have him with us any minute to talk about his.
Hello.
Speak of the devil.
Oh my god.
That was a pretty good result.
oh yeah, that was awesome.
I want you to know, Callum, on a deeply personal level, everything you did made me violently ill. It was just disgusting. But elf,
Because of how
elf,
healthy it was.
elf do elf things, and the rest of us cry.
Well, he left that left flank open in the first, just allowed you to just run down and just stop the cage before it even formed. You know, yeah. I think I was saying you're an aggressive wood elf coach. I think that does you a lot of favors. I don't think people expect it, and when you do it, oh my god,
When
what's happening?
when there's an opportunity, you've got to go for it.
Yeah.
That was the opportunity. That was an opportunity for it.
Can you like give it?
Yeah, he had 3 players back, and I was just able to
Ah,
suffocate him. So he split his team in half. So I was effectively fighting only 3 players for the next turn, wasn't I?
Hmm.
Because everyone else was just so out of position.
Yeah, abandoned on the front line.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
no kick.
Yep. I was so tempted to get kick. The problem is I've already played the dwarves.
All
I
right.
hadn't played. I mean, if it looks like I'm not confirmed in playoffs. Obviously I back myself to get to playoffs. I also think Andy's going to get into playoffs, but there's no point getting it until you're pretty sure you're going to be seeing him in playoffs.
Yeah, I know you're definitely a favourite, but I know what you're saying because there's still quite a few games left to go.
And of course, got MVP on Mark Zuckerberg, who did bugger all.
That's right.
Let's just point out Mark Zuckerberg did bugger all.
I mean, there was raucous celebration in the commentary booth when Adam actually scored with someone who wasn't Mark Zuckerberg.
Do you know what?
And
I was
the,
happy that
the game saw fit to reward his efforts by giving Mark Zuckerberg MVP anyway.
Yeah.
This is it's sort of it's almost beyond a joke now. I feel a little bit bad because I feel like it is to some extent it's really hampering his team progression, but yeah, you can't just rely on MVP for your SPP points. You have got to start spreading the ball around, and hopefully, as the season progresses, that's what he looks to do.
Well, yeah, he's got to do that. It's that the blitzes are the all singing, all dancing side of the team, but when he didn't have when he didn't have dodge on a piece, I was just able to get a punch off on it. I believe.
Rob Top saying, take a photo of your team, Callum. You'll be missing some of your players after the next game.
I bet I
Oh,
will be. I bet I will be.
Yeah, but you're still all right. So you're still in line with the play. So you got the dwarves out the way on day one. You took a bit of damage. Nothing you can't rebuild from. The Chaos team turn 4. Whatever happens, you'll be able to rebuild up. Or you might not need to. So when are you playing IDF? Because that, I think, is
Yeah, that's what I'm checking now. Well, it's not week 5.
week 7.
Week 7. So I've got them pretty spread out. I've got them one after. I haven't got them one after another.
That would give you 4 games to, again, as long as you can keep the damage to a minimum as best you can. I know it's easier said than done. So
Rob's been on the receiving end of one of my elfings, so he's probably not going to be as easy to score against.
We've all been on the receiving end of one of your elfings. You don't. That's just not sacking the Edge 3 War Dancer?
No, we'll be sacking it, just not yet.
Not yet, okay. Don't want to give it away, right?
Well, it doesn't really matter, it's just a new name.
Alright.
Let's start. Let's think. Let's go with Steve. Let's go with Steve. Steve the War Dancer.
Steve the War Dancer.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah. Steve.
So let's have a look.
Well,
sorry, yeah,
we're only last one game, to be honest. He's gonna be dead. I think we know he's gonna be dead after the end of the next game. But yeah.
So 1%ers have Dundee next, so that at least gives him a bit of respite from scary killing players. Because I don't think Dundee has a lot in the way of that yet.
Well, they have Donk.
They have Donk.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the troll, but other than that, yeah, if Adam's out for farming SPP, this is going to be the match to try and do it.
That's it. With Donk, the thing to do is to just isolate him. So he's really stupid to 4+.
Isolate him, tie him up, leave someone on him, just take him out of the game.
Then he's got the lizards, and the lizards might look very different by the time he plays them because the lizards are playing me next, and that could end badly for me.
RDF. Sorry. The 1%ers are going to be the overdog in that game, so it's going to be interesting what Chris takes.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I don't know. Probably a bribe. Probably a lot obvious choice. Which means we could see the end of Mark Zuckerberg.
We could see the end of Mark Zuckerberg.
I mean, yeah, it started as a running joke, but I'm almost now prepared to put my money where my mouth is, and whoever kills him will get a commemorative plaque sent to their house.
So
that's Mark Zuckerberg.
That's put you, yeah. I mean, I know it's far too early days really to be checking the leaderboard, but that's.
I mean, yeah, it puts me in third. But...
Puts you in third. It's only because of that first game. You know.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Again, it's early days, so we'll have to wait when we come towards the end of the season when my elf team is either 1,100 TV or 2,000 TV. It's not going to be anywhere in between, to be honest.
No.
But yeah. Back with the performance. Got the 2 level ups, which is very good. I was annoyed because I wanted to get Risa level up, the catcher Risa level up via a vanity pass, but because he managed to blitz, wasn't able to get the fourth touchdown in earlier. I know, complaining about a fourth touchdown. I had to, I
How
had
dreadful
to,
for you, Callum.
they are terrible.
I had to beg Nuffle for the MVP on Reese. It's happened, so.
And you got to on your surf. I was saying in the game. I know it's confirmation bias, and it probably doesn't always happen. But the games I watch, where something like that, the ball always lands exactly more or less where you want it.
Well, honestly, anywhere over that box, I had a plan. Because if it went the wrong way, I still had my strength up agile lineman who could go and pick up and make a throw to then get handed off. And I did have a reroll left, so
Yeah.
it was all fine.
That's a crazy player as well. I'd be interested to see which direction you take him in.
Block and dodge, or dodge and block, and then we'll see.
So not going for the leap cage. It takes a lot of skills, I guess, to get him that far, doesn't it? You got to get leap and then wrestle.
If I give him
tackle.
block and dodge, if I give him wrestle, he is going to fall on the ground and he's going to die.
He's gonna die. Yeah.
So he's not getting that. So it's going to be block dodge, and he's just going to be a very big elf.
Yeah, I think leap would still be like the third skill in that progression would worth considering.
He's not going to be He's not going to get wrestled.
No. That's more. You can then just leap over the line.
Yeah, 2 catches. So hopefully, if I can keep my new war dancer alive, next player will be a catcher or even a treeman, because that's the next thing that's on the list. I promised treeman, so I'm going to get a treeman this season. And did you like my my long pass? It wasn't quite a long bomb. I was not that secure in the result yet to try the long bomb.
Yeah,
so it was a long pass.
I'm going to keep an eye out. So what's happening is I'm putting together a season 15 highlight reel as the games come, and we just see things that look cool. But Callum's last massive play is actually in our little trailer thing, which I've redone, and I'm just waiting to get some other stuff in that. And so it was just like, if you could get another one, just so it's different. But we can still keep it in.
Orville's already in the trailer for a pass. So he changed the pass to a different pass, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, you've only got the one throw. I think it's good though. I think it's you probably don't necessarily need a second thrower.
I would be tempted by a second thrower, but if I didn't promise Truman, it would be a second thrower next. But because I've promised Truman, we're getting another tree. We're getting a tree.
Well, at least it gives you something on the line of scrimmage to hit with.
Oh. Well, it's an experiment to see if I've taken some advice and I'm thinking, well, can I make the tree work doing it this way? And we'll see what happens.
Well, considering that you got into the Rebel playoffs with a Wood Elf team, I don't think anybody really has much grounds to say, Callum, you're playing Wood Elves wrong. You don't.
Let's not talk about the leagues. I should have been. I should have been in the playoffs, not the playoffs, in the Challengers Cup. But we'll see what happens.
But yeah, you're still in the running. Definitely, obviously, a game like that as well is going to do you a lot of favours if it comes down to touchdown differences and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, I think my highest is 6 against Leon.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Right, so I've got to stop the stream there just because we don't want it to be too long because it takes forever to download and re-upload. So that was a great game, Callum. And cheers. Always a pleasure commentating with you, Ben.
Thank you very much.
And
likewise.
Until next time. I'm not allowed to say see you on the pitch because apparently that means I've stolen it from Matt, even though every single coach I ever arrange a game with always says see you on the pitch.
I'll see you on the pitch.
We'll see you on the pitch. Bye.